Today we're going to be going on a journey to find out if Killmonger still holds up in 2022. Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We have a 6-star Killmonger here, and we are living in the year of 2022 at the time this video is uploaded. So, this guy used to be an absolute true strike god back in the day, but does this man still hold up today in the current game of MCOC? Well, we're gonna find out. I actually know because I already recorded all the footage, but you're about to find out, and I'm going to watch it with you. Now, Killmonger is a very interesting champion. He absolutely does not need any synergies whatsoever, but there's a few synergies that make him quite good. And we're going to be exploring Killmonger solo and with synergies today in this video. So let's go over some of the nice ones that he has. So right here with Winter Soldier here, okay? Plus 5%, no, that's for him. 100% chance to activate True Strike when intercepting the opponent's dash. That's very nice to have, right? Really, really great when you need that True Strike. Now, over here with Black Panther Civil War, you start the fight with 3 of his indestructible and counterpunch charges. Those are the little passes you get on the Special 1 and Special 2. Very nice to have. Over here with Void, this makes Killmonger super cheesy for many things in the game, but if Vibranium Armor is active, Killmonger has a 35% chance to purify a debuff after 0.5 second delay, and then instantly regenerate 4% health per debuff. So that's definitely very strong as well. He has some other very good synergies, and my personal favorite one is this one here with Black Panther. Really amazing synergy for both of them. This one gives Black Panther True Strike, which is absolutely amazing. But Killmonger here can activate his special 3 bleed debuffs an additional 1 time per fight. That is absolutely massive because the special 3 bleed debuffs can usually finish off the fight. So, depending on the size of the health pool, man, you can either get through the fight faster, going for a quick special 3 into another one, right? But we'll talk about all this as we go along. There are some more synergies too that I'll show you in this video, right? There's only going to be like one fight where I do like a full synergy team to see what he can do, but this one's kind of nice here. Bleed debuffs inflicted on the opponent last 30% longer. This one over here with Jabari Panther is nice. Where is it? Well-timed blocks grant a non-stacking precision buff for 4 seconds, increasing critical rating by plus 700. That's nice because essentially, when you crit, you have a chance to put a bleed on the opponent. And then one final one here with Sabretooth is very nice as well. I like this one a lot. Plus 30% offensive combat power rate when hitting opponents that are suffering from a debuff, right? So yeah, this guy definitely, no doubt about it, has some really nice synergies in his kit, but he really does not need them to be effective with the utility that he has, right? So for here, we'll throw on some basic old school ones, right? Start the fight with 3 of his indestructible charges and also the True Strike one. And you're going to see neither of these are necessary for the 2 quick fights I'm about to show you before we start jumping into some damage and some real fights, like harder fights, right? This is just, I want to demonstrate like what he can do quick and easy, right? Why people love Killmonger. So we're here in 6.2.6. Here's a Stark Spidey. There's no crazy nodes here. It's just Stark Spidey being a Stark Spidey. But obviously what he does is he evades a lot, right? But what we're going to do is watch this with the counterpunch charge, get a little intercept, and that is going to give us True Strike, all right? So keep in mind, right now we're using a SIG 20 Killmonger, all right? Now we're going to go for the Special 2. Starky's already about half dead, not bad. Now this is how you normally activate True Strike. You punish their special attack, right? And once you get into the rhythm of the fight, you're essentially always going to have that True Strike up. Those counterpunch charges mitigate all block damage as well, the indestructible I mean, right? As you can see, this Starky is just absolutely flushed right down the toilet, like it's absolutely nothing, right? We used 1 special attack. We use 1 special 2, quick and easy, right? Just SIG 20. We're going to talk about his SIG, how to activate it, what it does more as we go along as well. But now we have to take a look here against this Hyperion, just a perfect example, using those indestructible charges, right? So those things work for special 3s as well, right? So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go on in. I'm going to build up to a special 2, right? Keep in mind, I have this synergy that lets us start with the indestructibles, but as you can see right here, you definitely didn't even need it because I already have, I would have gotten 2 or 3 of them right there. So yeah, we're going to eat the special 3 here, and we currently have 4 indestructible charges. This is kind of like one of those invulnerability boosts in Alliance 4, right? So check it out. We still have 2 of them here. Not too bad, man. And we're very close to another special 2, but here I'm going to keep that last one just in case, build up to another one, right? Can we bait out a special 2 here? We can. And now we're going to go for our special 2. And we're going to get 3 of our indestructible charges back. And he's at 3 bars of power, but we couldn't even care less because we're going to take 0 damage once again. So this is definitely a very, very powerful ability, right? Very, very strong ability. And you know, the thing about eating special 3s is that it gives you like almost a full bar of power, right? So it's going to be very easy to keep those indestructible charges up in high power gain matches, right? When you need those indestructible charges. And I think that Killmonger does a very, very good job of that here, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going for one more special 2, and that's going to be it. So there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into Realm of Legends, Winter Soldier, take a look at his damage, and we're going to try a few different things. We're going to try Killmonger at Sig 20 by himself. We're going to try Killmonger just with Black Panther at Sig 20, and then we're going to try Killmonger with the full Synergy team and see the difference that it makes. We're not going to watch the full fights for each, right? But we are going to explore the possibilities. Now, before we even do, I want to take a look at his Sig ability, okay? At Sig 20 over here. So, Reverberation. Vibranium armor activates reverberation for 8 seconds. This is the thing that happens where you attack him and you just take a lot of damage, right? The higher Sig, the more damage you take. That's defensive ability right there. But when both Reverb and True Strike are active, Killmonger gains plus 770 attack rating when hitting opponents, okay? So that's the blue one here. It goes all the way up to 3,409 attack at Sig 200. So that is a pretty beefy difference, right? We're going to take a look, like I said, at Sig 20 and Sig 200 and see what the true difference is. Is it really worth 180 Sig stones to take this guy all the way up to Sig 200 for an ability, keep in mind, that's only really active when both True Strike and Reverb are up at the same time. So it's not like that attack rating is there the entire fight, because Reverb has a cooldown of at least 8 seconds after expiring, so just keep that in mind, right? Now, unduped without this at all, Killmonger definitely suffers in the damage compartment, right? And even at a lower Sig, you're going to notice that, you know, he's alright when it comes to damage, but in the right scenario, his utility definitely carries, and we're definitely going to see. So let's start taking a look, man. We'll talk about Killmonger more and like some nice loops for this guy and what you should be looking out for and all these other things as well. This is Killmonger, Sig 20, completely synergyless, right? Now, I'm not going to parry until right there because I can go for the special 1 bait here. And as you can see, I got the True Strike, I got the Reverb, I'm going for the special 2, not too bad, and it just ran out. But we got a nice 21k crit. With the Reverb up, that would be about 23k. So right away, right, not the biggest difference there, right? But we got the True Strike ready to go, and Winter Soldier has that nice, easy to counter special 1 that you're always going to have the True Strike up the entire fight. And keep in mind, if you have the Winter Soldier synergy with you, right, it's going to be very, very easy to get that intercept and keep the True Strike up always. Now here again, we're going for the special 2. And it just ran out again. But again, we missed out on about 4,000 total damage from not having that ending there, right? Now, as you can see, there's a little bleed icon, the passive bleed icon underneath Winter Soldier's health bar, the gray one. It says 19, now it says 20. What we're going to do now at this point that we went for 2 special 2s, we're going to go for a special 3. All right? And we're going to do some big bleed damage, okay? Now, this is the special 3 I definitely absolutely want to have the Reverb active for because it is going to change the outcome. Oh, I'm going for the special 2 again. Never mind, I tricked you. There we go, we got the crit. We got the crit again. 3 crits on the special 2, not too bad. But yeah, when you're going for the special 3, you definitely want that Reverb active, preferably when you're going for the special 2 as well. And as you can see, we're doing decent damage here, right? Now, I know some people like using the special 1, chaining the special 1, getting the counter punch charges, and getting the easy intercept. Personally, I prefer chaining the special 2s. I feel like they're more effective and keeping up, what do you call it? keeping up the indestructible charges seem more beneficial to me. Now here at this point, I didn't have the True Strike up because I didn't need the additional attack, because as you can see, 23, 33 bleeds here, there's no chance. There's no chance that he's just going to survive that at all. So as you can see, pretty effective stuff when you build up those bleeds and go for the special 3. Now, that was about 115 hits, right? Definitely not too bad. Let's take a look at this here. We have a full team here, and it's going to be doing some different things for us. Like I said, I love the Black Panther synergy. That's going to be allowing us to use the special 3 2 times, right? And what's great about that is that let's say you use the special 3 with 25 passive bleed stacks, right? That's going to put 25 bleeds on Winter Soldier or the Defender, and that's going to bring that 25 up to 50. So you can go right to another special 3. Definitely really, really good stuff. So here, what I'm essentially doing is I'm just going to be going for special 3s because I'm going to be relying on how powerful that is. Now, I like the Jabari Panther giving me that precision, right? Giving me a little bit more freedom on, like, not really freedom, but more accessibility on the crits, right? Because I feel like Killmonger doesn't crit as much as I want him to crit, right? But look at this. We're going for the special 3 right away, man. Only less than 40 hits into the fight. Sabretooth is giving us increased combat power rate, right? Now look at this. We put 18 bleeds on. That passive bleed counter went up by 18, right? Our bleeds are 30% longer as well with the Storm Pyramid X synergy, okay? And now we're going to build back up to another special 3. Okay, and as you can see, that passive bleed counter is up to 42. It stacks at 50. That's the cap. Okay, you know, that little passive counter can go above 50, but you're only going to get 50 bleeds essentially. At this point, right, we're pretty much good to go here. We're getting the parry beforehand. Winter Soldier's at 38% health, okay? Now keep in mind, you can build up to 50 passive bleeds in any fight with no synergies at all, and it's gonna look something like this, give or take, right? This is doing about 27k per second, which is definitely not too bad, right? So that guy was just completely flushed down the toilet. Now, that's a pretty impractical team, right? But how impractical would it be to just have Black Panther with you? Not too impractical, I don't think. So the first one, we did 4 special 2s into a special 3. The last fight, we just did special 3, and Winter Soldier pretty much got wrecked. We're not going to watch an entire fight again, but in this one, I'm going to go special 2 up to special 3 after I activate reverb right here. Come on. There we go, right? And this special 3 is going to put 20 bleeds on Winter Soldier, and as you can see, they're ticking very, very nicely, and the passive counter is up to 45 already. At this point, what I'm gonna do is build up to a special 3 once again, right? And now, we're going to have quite a few bleeds on Winter Soldier, in fact, all 50 of them, and this is doing a decent amount of damage, right? So yeah, I would say the full team, not necessary. It's definitely nice to have, but I think that Black Panther really brings like new life to Killmonger, especially with his damage, because it really gives you the freedom to just go for the special 3 with like only 20 stacks, because if it doesn't kill them, you can go for another even stronger special 3. So I really love that synergy for him. I feel like it makes a big difference, but even on his own, he's pretty darn decent, man, even at Sig 20. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Sig 20 Sig 21 clickbait. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Sig 21 Killmonger and we're going to take him up to Sig 200 and see how he performs. Let's say you love Killmonger, you want this guy to be your freaking champ, your first rank 4, your first rank 5. You're going to invest in the guy, right? You're going to get some more attack rating when you have Reverb and True Strike active, okay? Now, personally, I feel like that's a bit of an outdated ability. I feel like, you know, maybe it should be just when True Strike is active. I feel like needing both of those things active is just a little silly when some of the skill class is so powerful nowadays. I feel like Killmonger is falling a bit behind. So does he still hold up? Yeah, I think we're about to see that he does definitely still, you know, hold his own, but I don't think he's anywhere near the top of the skill class anymore, right? So here let's just like, you know, take a look here, right? We have this 6.4 Deadpool, pretty vanilla Deadpool, right? So let's see how he does in like an ordinary fight. Let's say you're doing like a cav event quest, right? This is a boss or whatever. Nothing too crazy in the nose that Killmonger can't do. Let's see how he's going to handle it, all right? So this is no synergies at all. This is just Killmonger living his best life, all right? He's going out here, and we're going to go ahead and wait for that reverb to come back. There we go. And let's go for the special too. No crits, but Deadpool's down to about 50% health, so you really can't complain with that damage too much. You know, another thing I could say about him that I don't love is that the bleeds don't stack. And I feel like, for example, like Black Panther, right? Black Panther's bleeds are freaking nutty. I don't think it would be too OP to have Killmonger's bleeds stack. I really don't. I think that would also make him just a lot better and make his damage a little bit more appealing to me as well, right? I feel like he definitely doesn't have bad damage here at all, right? 59 hits for this 220,000 health fight with class disadvantage is definitely very decent. And the next fight I'm about to show you is actually incredibly decent. So this is going to be a 7.2 MCOC boss, 730,000 health. All right. Stampede. Whenever the defender blocks an attack, they gain an overrun charge. Each overrun charge increases blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to really block any attack, so it doesn't matter. Defective defense. Blocking an attack has a 100% chance to apply a disorient debuff, but guess what? I'm not really going to block any attacks, so I don't have to worry about that. Spectre of Ailment. The attacker's regen rate is reduced by 50% for each non-damaging debuff on them, but guess what? I'm not going to really block any attacks, so we don't have to really worry about that. Then there's aggressive and immune to shock. Now, when it comes to synergies here, I have a few, man, but the only one that actually is going to be even making a difference at all is not even Black Panther. It's actually Void and Winter Soldier. So Winter Soldier is going to let us get that True Strike on Intercept, right? Jabari gives us the precision on well-timed block. Doesn't matter. Void is going to allow us to shrug the suicide mass rates at the beginning and help us shrug any disorients, right, if we happen to block. And Black Panther, well, spoiler alert, it doesn't matter that he's here, but let's get into the fight. So this is a really big, beefy MCOC, 730,000 health, very punishing as well, okay? We shrug off the poison at the beginning of the fight, which is just beautiful. We got an intercept, and now MCOC is kind of turned into a potato here at this point, right? So we went for the special one at first. I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I'll go for special ones, and maybe I'll like use the counter punch to get easy intercepts, right? And then also maybe I'll use the voice synergy to shrug off the disorient. But then I was like, that is so stupid. Let me just go for special twos. It's better damage. I get the indestructible buffs. If I mess up, it doesn't matter. I can get hit, right? One other thing that gives me the freedom to do is if I want to activate reverb, I can get hit by the end of the special one, not take any damage, and I won't have a disorient on me. So there is a lot of possibilities here with the special 2. I just feel like it's far superior than the special 1. You know, depending on the situation, having the counterpunch charges will be nice, right? But I feel like more often than not, I'm a big fan of the special 2. So look at this, man. MCOC is already down to 50% health. He's got 21 of his little passive bleed charges here. True Strike the entire time. He's aggressive on us, right? And we are just absolutely rinsing this guy here. Absolutely crazy. Now at this point, here comes the special 1. Got hit by the end of it, all right? And we're going to go for the special 3, okay? Now we have a bunch of our little bleed charges, and keep in mind, Black Panther would allow us to go for another one of these. However, let's see how we do here. We're ticking for 27k per second about. And yeah, this guy is just about flushed down the toilet here, man. One more combo. Not too bad at all. Less than 2 minutes, 730,000 health. Now, of course, this is SIG 200, but there were no synergies here that were increasing our attack rating or anything. You know, Void let us shrug off the poison, which is nice, not needed here. Black Panther was useless. Jabari was useless. I'd say the only actually very nice synergy we had was the Winter Soldier one that gave us the True Strike on Intercept. So one synergy was needed for this fight, and even so, I wouldn't say it was needed because I could have bait out a special 1 and then kept the True Strike up for the rest of the fight that way. So yeah, man. Killmonger can do this fight very easily by himself. So that was definitely very, very nice. Now, we're not going to watch this whole fight at all, but I just want to show you like just a little bit here. The difference between SIG 20 and SIG 200 Killmonger is not that different. Like, I feel like I just don't think he's worth the SIG investment. Is he worth ranking up? Yeah, that's for you to decide, but I don't think he's worth 186 if you have him like at SIG 20, right? So watch, like right away here, we're gonna go for a special 2 and hopefully it crits, but as you can see, the combo is a little bit higher. Right here, boom, 33k. So on the last hit of the special 2, 33.5k, right? The bleed's ticking a little bit harder too. Overall, that was 23k at SIG 20. So would you put in 186 stones for, I don't know, that damage increase? It's definitely a noticeable difference, right? But I feel like it's just not worth that large of the investment. If we go to the end of the fight here, we end the fight with the special 3, just like we would with the regular Killmonger, right? At SIG 20. Now, I had to throw less special 2s to get there, 1 less special 2, resulting in, you know, about a 20% faster fight with about 20% less hits on the combo meter, right? So, you know, it's up to you, like I said. Keep in mind, right here, that bleed is ticking a lot harder as well, but man, the special 3 ticks so hard even at SIG 20. So I don't know. But let's jump into some more stuff today, man. Let's go back into 7.1. We're going to do some fun stuff with Void. This is an interesting one. This is definitely an interesting one. So this is that fun synergy that makes him like absolutely freaking OP on like Enquiries, right? We're not going to go to Enquiries. We're going to go on a more updated lane here, right? In Act 7, more modern stuff, you know? There's a lot of stuff here that Killmonger is going to be able to take advantage of very nicely. Energy adoption, fire, shake it off. Skill attack is purify a demon from the dash backwards. Inflicts poison every however many seconds, every 7 seconds. And also bleed vulnerability here. So right away, we're going to attach back and purify those debuffs, right? And what's so great is that Void is helping us purify the debuffs. And not only is he helping us purify debuffs, he's healing us 4% of our health every single time that we do, which I think is quite nice. So we're going to go ahead and bait out the special 1 from Hood here, right? And we're going to activate Reverberation. And now we're going to go for a special 2. And we got the bleed vulnerability on. Unfortunately, none of it crit, but that's pretty much how much damage we were doing when it wasn't critting, right? Because we got the bleed vulnerability. So, as you can see, we're taking a lot of debuffs, but Void is helping us just kind of keep topped up every single time he shrugs one off for us, which is very, very nice. We're going to go for the special 2 here, right? Nice. Again, no crit on the last part, but 2 special 2s in. Keep in mind, we're running the Suicide Masteries, right? And look at how our health just keeps going up every time a debuff is placed. So, I feel like there are definitely better debuff shruggers in the game. For example, Kingpin would have an absolute hoot on this lane, right? So would Ghost, no doubt about it. Neither of, you know, those 2 champions would take the backseat to Killmonger for me here. But let's say you don't have those champions and you're looking for an option for like this path and paths like it. I think Killmonger could be pretty darn decent for it, man, for you. And I mean, hey, we're getting through this fight in about exactly 50 hits, ending at a full yellow bar, throwing multiple special attacks with recoil active and eating a lot of debuffs, right? So no doubt about it, Killmonger does really, really well here. Up next, we'll do one more fight on this lane. We have an Invisible Woman. Okay, and Killmonger is, you know, decent for Invisible Woman. He can't really counter her miss per se, but he has some nice bleeds, right, that can tick down her shield ever so slightly as we go along. One thing I forgot to mention, by the way, is that at the beginning of the fight when Killmonger, he has a, you know, debuff on him with the Suicide Masteries, right? Nice. Nice. He's going to gain power, so that gets you started in the fight a lot faster if you do run the Suicide Masteries. There's a nice crit, nice 50k crit with the bleed vulnerability on. Oh man, not too bad at all, right? Now we're down a little bit in health, right? We're going to see how high Void could heal us up before the end of the fight. So we were down to about like 79%, all right? Indestructible just saved us there from taking any damage, which is so nice, right? We're now up to 90%, right? There are lots of debuffs flying around. Void's about to do his job. We're at 90% again, and we finish at 90% health. We ate combos in that fight. We got hit a bunch, right? 6 times, but 35 hits we got through it. So, got 2 more fights to show you, and we're going to look at, like, do you bleed? Now, this is an interesting do you bleed path. There's redouble determination and also bleed vulnerability on it. So, Redouble Determination, this is in 6.4.1. That makes this fight very annoying. And the reason why it's so annoying is because if you have more than one, bleed on your opponent, you're going to be doing a lot of power. You're going to be giving them tons of power. You can push them to special 3 very easily, right? So what's so great about Killmonger, this is like the only time I like that he doesn't stack his bleeds, right? Is that he only has one at a time. So you're never going to run into that problem of Redouble Determination. Now, obviously, his one bleed on its own, it's decent, right? It's ticking for about 1.9k per second per every half second. So about 3.9, right? 3.8k per second here, which is not bad. But what we're doing, obviously, if you couldn't figure it out, is we're building up our passive charges because we want to go for a big special 3, right? So we're going to go for it pretty much right here. And let's see what happens. Do you bleed? Let's see how much damage, right, with bleed vulnerability as well, if we can get this Star-Lord down. Let's just see. And only 18 of them ticking for 16k per second. It's looking like we just ever so slightly put like one or two too little, right? But we're about to finish him off here. As you can see, taking off about 2% of his health per second, and that should just flush him down the toilet. Not too bad. So obviously for Do You Bleed, he's definitely decent for it, but let's put it to the test here. 6.3 Medusa. Let's put it to the test, all right? This is where, like, really, this is where the Do You Bleed test really comes into play, right? So with Medusa here, she has a lot of nodes. She has Buffet, she has Explosive Personality. We have the Winter Soldier synergy with us. She's pretty special one happy, right, for the most part here, so we don't really need that synergy, but it's nice to have. She's going to auto-block you with her Living Strands when she gets to 3 or more Furies, right? So this is an annoying fight between Buffet and everything else going on. So we're ticking her down a little bit, right? But it doesn't even matter because she's going to heal it right back. So my plan is pretty simple. What I want to do here is I want to go for the special 3 at a reasonable amount of the passive charges. And then I want to use the Black Panther synergy to immediately go for another one and do some pretty good damage that way. I feel like that's how I'm going to make a nice dent in her. Now, keep in mind, I could build up 50 of those passive bleed charges. I definitely could do that, and I can get her down in one special 3. I believe you'd be able to do that with the 5-star rank 5 Killmonger, all the way from 100% health down to 0 with 50 bleeds and deep wounds. No doubt about it, I think Killmonger can get this Medusa down. But we're going to try and make our life just a little bit easier here because for some reason, man, I just feel like his crit rate is not as high as it should be, right? We just went like 3 or 4 combos without a single crit. So unfortunately, Killmonger does succumb to the crit RNG problem that many champions do face, right? I feel like that's a problem with a couple of champions, and he's definitely one of them. But at this point, I'm going to bait out a special attack from her. She's being a little stingy here. Here we go. Going to push her up to a bar again. One more special attack, please. There we go. Now we're going to activate Reverberation, parry, and toss 23 of our bleeds on Medusa. Now, this is going to take that 23 up to 46. That's how that works with Black Panther, right? Boom. And she's ticking for about 35k per second here, right? Now, I think if we brought along that Storm Pyramid X synergy, she might be dead right now. She might be dead, right? Probably could have used the Sabretooth synergy to get some increased power gain, but not the biggest deal in the world, man. He can build up to a special 3. This fight's been going just fine so far, right? One more bar of power, and she's going to be completely flushed right down the toilet with 50 bleeds. As you can see, it says 56, but it is only capped at 50. Now, I feel like this is something that probably, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it took a bit of time to build up. Does it need to be capped at 2 with synergy? I don't know. I feel like it can be increased a little bit more. I just feel like Killmonger can be brought up with the current state of the game just a little bit, right? But yeah, she's ticking for about 80k per second there. So that's pretty nuts. I understand why that wouldn't be like an infinite thing. But 130 hits, right? Most of that was just used to essentially build up to that big second special 3. So does Killmonger still hold up in 2022? I think that's for you to decide. He can obviously still do things. I feel like everything that he does, other skill champions maybe do better nowadays, right? I'm personally on Team Mole Man. I think you guys know that. You know, a lot of people have the conversation, Mole Man or Killmonger. I'm obviously on Team Mole Man. I don't think there's even a question there. I just personally see so much more upside with Mole Man. One amazing thing Killmonger has that Mole Man doesn't is the indestructible charges. I think that is just absolutely phenomenal, and that enormous special 3 as well. So while the two champions are similar, hey man, it's a big game, and Killmonger is going to be good in places that Mole Man is not going to be good at, and Mole Man is going to be great in places that Killmonger is not good at, and you're allowed to rank both, and they're both good champs. But if you're going to rank Killmonger, make sure you like him, make sure you have a use for him, right? But anyway, my dudes, it's going to be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like. Comment what you think about Killmonger in 2022 in the comment section below. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Do They Still Hold Up videos coming to you in the future, man. Oh, beautiful way to end it. I'll be seeing you around.